Hey guys, welcome back to your Fix Your Dog in 30 Days program with Smart Dog School. Today we're going to talk about why does my dog do what he does? Why does my dog not listen to me? I just want my dog to listen to me. Why won't he? We're talking about the whys today. And it's definitely a question that's asked a lot. I get it asked a lot when I go into, consultations or if I'm at a seminar. People ask it all the time. And it's definitely a question that needs to be addressed. So why does your dog do what he does? Well, I've addressed it before and I've kind of given a snarky answer in the past, and I've said he's doing what he does because it works or because you allow him to do it or one of those reasons. But honestly, I came up with a theory that he's honestly only doing it for one of three reasons. Now, before I get too far ahead, I did make a cheat sheet for this. I put it down below in the comments, and this is what it looks like. And let's go over the reasons why your dog does it. One of three reasons. Number one, your dog did what he didn't listen to you, whatever the case was, because he's not trained. What's not training mean? What is dog training? What is it? I was asked that one time and I gave a geeky answer, but I'll tell you what I said. I said, dog training simply controlling consequences to change the probability of future behaviors. Yeah, that's geeky, but it basically means what your dog gets after he does something, meaning whether he likes it or dislikes it, it's going to make a difference whether he does it again or not. Training is increasing and decreasing the probability of wanted and unwanted behaviors. So in other words, when you've taught him what you like and you've made it very probable that he's going to do it, and you taught him what you don't, and he's going to make it less probable to do what he does, then he's technically trained and he has an understanding of what you like and dislike. It doesn't mean he's going to always make the right choice. Heck, we don't make the right choice. But training means he understands the communication, he understands some of the rules, he understands the barriers and the boundaries, he understands how to get what he wants and stay away from what he doesn't like. That's what training technically is. So when your dog, let's just say pulling on the leash, for example, I'll use that one today. If he's pulling on the leash, it's because it could be because he doesn't know not to pull on the leash, or because he's getting reinforced for pulling on the leash. That's probably why he's doing it. But at this point, he's untrained. Okay, so that's number one. Untrained. Just hasn't had enough conditioning. And conditioning is just, it's like when you condition your body, you're working out. That means you're making your body look differently. You do a lot of repetitions and it becomes a habit and you change, right? He hasn't been conditioned, okay? Go on to number two. Number two is arousal. Arousal simply, he's more motivated to do something else than what you're telling him or asking him to do. Now, we get aroused all the time, when, let's say I'm watching a football game and I've got my kid 20 feet away saying my name because he wants to show me something, yet it's right in the middle of a play. The knowledge is there. I understand that they're saying my name and I understand what type of reaction I'm supposed to give them, but I'm watching the game and I'm more motivated. And when I'm more motivated to do that, a lot of times I can't respond or I don't hear them. Like it goes in one ear and out the other because I'm so focused on the game. Dogs are no different. When you have a dog that's motivated for one thing and you're asking them to do something totally off basis, you're trying to compete against a motivator that you're not going to win. That's when a dog's too aroused. Let me give you another example. If you're going to your car and this person just comes out of the darkness and they're going to mug you, they're going to rob you. I hope it never happens, but let's say they're going to steal your car and they put a gun to your face and your passenger says, "Here, it's okay, eat the Snickers bar," or whatever. You've seen them commercials. "Eat the Snickers bar, you'll be fine." Even if you're starving and you love Snickers, at that point you can't eat. You're too aroused. You can't do something even though you know how to do it and they told you to do it. You simply can't do it. You ever seen people just freeze when they're getting questioned if they've done something wrong? You see it on TV a lot and they can't talk. Well, that's arousal. Sometimes you just literally can't do it because you're too aroused. That's the second reason. The third reason is called disobedience. This is blatant disobedience. What I mean by that is your dog's had the conditioning. They're not overly aroused, and they're literally, I don't know how else to say this, but they're They're flipping you the bird. They're giving you the finger. They're telling you I don't want to and I'm not going to, and you can't do nothing about it. They're being a bratty teenager, telling their mom no or their dad no. This is, we've all experienced it. We've all done it. But when dogs do it, we typically think they're doing it more frequently than they actually are. I'll give you a quick example of it. When you come in your house and you have a puppy or a young dog or whatever that's had an accident, and you see the accident on the floor, and you look at your dog, and your dog's ears go back, and your dog hunkers down, maybe hiding, or maybe even peeing again, you initially assume that they know what they did was wrong, and they feel bad, and they're looking, and the guilt is coming out, right? Well, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but dogs typically, and I don't think they even have that guilt gene in them, they're not as moral as we think they are. As moral, as far as what we know anyway, and we don't know for sure, but we don't think they're as moral as humans, meaning like right and wrong moral. We know for a fact that the only way they've evolved to this level of success in their species is through being able to predict, safe and danger. And they see us come in, we see the poop or we smell the poop, and we get frustrated naturally, and a frustrated human is dangerous. Not that you're going to hurt your dog, I'm not saying that, but you're unpredictable because you're dangerous. And they see that, and they naturally know how to take you from the dangerous side of the scale back to the safe side by looking guilty or shameful, whatever, and then you change your behavior really quick and you feel bad because they look pitiful, right? This is a manipulation technique from a dog to a human. So I don't know how I got off base there, but typically they're not being blatant disobedient because it's not something that they practice. We think they do it more than they actually do. So this, that kind of culminates, all three of these. They either dog's untrained, needs more work, right? Needs more conditioning. Your dog is overly aroused and can't function because what is more motivating is competing against what you're telling them to do or what you can give them for doing what you told them to do. Or three, the blatant disobedience. Usually, guys, it's number two. It's usually the arousal that stops a dog from doing what you want them to do. So there's the three reasons. Every time you want your dog to do something and they don't do it, think about that. Think about the fact that which one is it? Because, and if you can think of other ones, tell me what they are. Put them in the comments. I'm glad to hear. So anyway, hope you liked it, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.